Hey, what is up guys, NBASS here and welcome to another episode of Code with NBAs. Today the question that we're going to take a look at is longest word in dictionary. This is one of the few easy questions that are left and it was asked in Goldman Sachs. This is the description of the question. Given a list of strings, words representing in English dictionary, find the longest word in words that can be built one character at a time by other words in words. If there is more than one possible answer, return the longest word with the smallest lexicographical order. So it is like if you have a word that starts with A and if you have another word which is of same length which starts with S, you're supposed to return the value that is starting with A because A comes before S in the dictionary. If there is no answer, return the empty string. So given words are in this example W, WO, WOR, WORL and WORLD. Right? These are the list of the words that are given and the output is world. The word world can be built one character at a time by A, banana, APP, APPL, AP, APPLE. Okay. Apply and apple both come in handy here, but since apple came before apply, I'm returning apple. So if I have apple, then I am supposed to have A, AP, APP, APPL, all of them in the list, right? That is why banana is not considered. So if I have a word of length S, or length 4 let us say, then I'll have to have that word first one character, first character should be on the list, the first two characters should be on the list, first three characters, first four characters. Okay, how can we do this? It looks like a try problem, TRIE, but I haven't done them before, so let's not take that approach at the moment. But how else can we do this? Okay, initially any single character string would come in handy. If we can sort the list, then it becomes simple, but sorting strings is a very tentative, very tedious process. I mean, in terms of time complexity, it becomes a very complicated process because I'm supposed to compare two strings every time I sort them, and string comparison itself is a complicated process. So how else can we do it? Okay, you have A, and it should be in the same sequence. You're supposed to have A, P, P in the same sequence, A, P, P, L. So if I have something like A, L, P, L, it doesn't work. So one Python-y style of doing it, I mean, I know this is crazy, but it's more or less like a brute force approach. Okay. So what I do here is I'll for every word that I come across, I'll see if all its previous substrings are present in the list. Okay. Now if I have apple in the list, if I come across apple, then I'll see if I have APPL, APP, AP and A in the list, right? So that is one way of looking at it. So before going there, like finding out an element in a list is a O of n process, right? Searching for an element in a list was having a complexity of O of n. And in the same time, if you're searching for that in a set, it would be O of 1, right? Because hash set is, a set is something where you have a constant time of fetching an element. You have a constant time to see whether that element exists or not. So in the first step, I'm planning to convert the list into a set. Okay. So if I do that, in case if I have any duplicates in the dictionary, then all of them get eliminated as well. Let's call it word set equal to set of words. Now this will make, here I'm using extra space, but it will make my life a lot easier in terms of verifying whether a word exists or not. For word in word set, okay, I am supposed to take a variable called maxlen. Okay, I'll initiate it to 0 because I'm supposed to return the word with maxlen, right? So I'll initiate, I'll say word max word, and I'll initiate it with the empty string, and in the end I'm supposed to return the max word. So for word in word set, if maxlen equal to I'm supposed to update the value of, I'll have to see for that word if I have all the substrings of like first one character, first two characters, first three characters, first four characters, like that. Okay, so how do I do it? While we'll start with 1, okay, word of I in set So I am starting with, the first character. If I have W, okay, then I'll look for WO, or is it better if I start it with -1 character? Ideally there is no difference. If you don't have W, then checking for WO doesn't make sense. And the same way, if you don't have WORL here in this case, then checking for WOR doesn't make sense. So if you don't have at least one of them, you can just stop iterating, right? So I am guessing it wouldn't be any different. And by the time the while loop ended, if it should end with length of the word, right? So if we have WORL 1, 2, 3, 4, and length of this word is 5. I plus equals 1. So ultimately from it goes on until 0 to 5, right? So if I matches the length of the word, then I'll update my max length. This makes sense. For every word, I'm taking all the subset words, like the substring words, W, WOR, WO, WOR, WORL, right? And if I'm reaching length of the word, like if I'm reaching, like if I have all the words, all the substrings, then I'm verifying if it's present, if it's greater than the current maximum length. If it is greater, then so I'll have to have a max length for every word. Max length equals 0. If it is greater, okay, what can I do? This doesn't look. I'll say if len of word, or I can say if I, because if len is a function call, I is a variable. If I is greater than length of max word, I'd say max word equal to word, right? This makes sense. So if I have all the subwords, okay, then I'll verify if this word is greater than, if this word's length is greater than the current maximum words length. If it is greater, then I'm updating the maximum word. So since here I am going for only greater than, we are not coming across this case. In this case, it would not enter into the function as well, right? Apply an apple, it won't enter at all. Now elif I equals len of max word. If both have the same length, then I'll have to go for the smaller one. So how do I compare the smaller one? Like which one comes first? Do I have to go for string comparison? Let me see how we compare strings in Python. So strings are comparable in Python. So I can just go for max, right? In that case, min, because I want to get the smallest lexicographical word. So if I say print min of apple apply, I would get apple. So I can, since it's Python and we have a lot of facilities here, we can just say max word equal to min of max word and word. These features are not present in a lot of programming languages. Since it is Python, we are having an edge of doing this in a single step and an easy way, and doing this in an easy way. But let's get to a solution and then let us see if we can reduce it in any way. So what we have done, we have converted the list into a set of words, and we have taken an empty max word string. So in that case, if we don't have max word updated even once, we will return empty string, which is a required. If we don't have anything, then we return empty string. And then I'm setting my I value to 1 for every word. So I'm starting from first index. So word of :I will return first I characters. So if I have something like word of :1 would return A. Word of :2 would return AP, right? So length here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So word of :5 would return apple. So that's what we are doing. For every word, we're incrementing it, and if it is equal to the length, like if we have the entire word, then it means that we have this. And the moment that is not happening, the moment we come across, let us say, in this case we have banana, but we do not have B in the set. So we immediately come out of the while loop and go for the next word. So it looks okay to me. We have an example that has a simple example, a straight incremental example, and an example which is kind of complicated because we have a word which will fail, and we have a word where we are choosing the lexicographical order. So here it should be apple, in the first case it should be word. It is taking a long time. Okay, time limit exceeded. Of course, right? I mean, we're doing a lot of steps that are repeated, or it is difficult. Even though we can find it in a single instance, it somehow says it is a tedious process. So we'll have to come up with a better way of solving this. For a word called word, do we have any hints? Okay, we have a hint. We can check whether all the prefixes of that word are in input list by using a set. Okay, this is the hint that we've used. It says time limit exceeded. Is it because okay, what would happen if I say word of 15 Oh, I would still get apple. Okay, that is why time limit is being exceeded. It's not because the process is tedious. Okay. So once I get that, if I equals length to the word, once I get that, so while word of I in word set. So if I don't have a word in the word set, I will come out of the loop, right? But if I have a word, then, like for example, apple is a word. So my I ended at 5, but even though when I increment it to 6, it still says it exists. So that is why it's getting stuck in an infinite loop, and then and we're having an error, right? That makes sense. We're supposed to break as soon as word, like as soon as I reach the length of the word. Once the entire word is present, I'm supposed to break from the loop, from the while loop, and eventually from the for loop as well, but it's not a break. So yeah, that is the reason we have time limit exceeded, not because the process is crazy. Indeed, the process looks crazy, but it is better to search from a set rather than searching from a list. Because even then we're getting a time limit exceeded. Are we missing anything? I plus equals 1. If I equals, I think the increment part should be in the end, but it shouldn't be any different. I mean, here when the increment part is plus equals 1, it's not very different, because if we have the word for the word apple, it is enough even if we check until APPL instead of APPLE. But my word, the rest of the thing is same. If I equals length of word, this will eventually happen, right? At any point of time we'll have I equals to the length of the word for word in word set. So we're going for one word at a time. Let us see if we're getting stuck in infinite loop or something. Before we enter the while loop, I'll just print the word. So if we get time limit exceeded, I don't think we'll be able to. Let's see one test case at a time. I don't know if we can see. I think we can see the output here. W, WO, WORL, WORAT. Okay, we're getting an output here in this case. For the second case, I think we have a time limit exceeded. Is it because of apply and apple? It's a possibility. Are we missing anything? Oh wait, it worked. What? It worked because I put a print statement. Okay, it worked because I put I plus equals 1 in the end of the while loop. Okay. So I have the breaking condition first and then the increment condition, then it is working. But I think it will have an issue when we are testing with some bigger. Okay, it's not having an issue. So yeah, according to their hint, this is the approach that they're looking for. I have a feeling that there must be a better way of doing it, but there is nothing I can think of right off the bat. This is the brute force approach. Set structure. Okay. Yeah, there's a TRIE approach. So I think we should try doing some tries TRIE, because I mean this is the first thing that came into my mind. It is like let's just quickly Google what TRIE is. So it is a tree that you construct with letters. So here, this is a TRIE example. So here you have a word 2, right? So T, if you for TAI, we're having like root node is an empty string, and for every single character we are taking one node, okay? And for that, when we have another letter, we're having another, so it's a combination. So for the word TED, you have T E D. For the word T E A. Okay, so how would we do it? In our case, for the longest word, we'll have to find out the longest string present. So for 10, we have T E, and then we have a list edge N here. So we'll have to go for the longest, the path, the maximum depth of the tree would be the longest word. But not only that, but we should have every other element in that. So we should have an empty string, okay? In the entire path, we should have every element present in the path between root node and the leaf node, longest leaf node, in the set. So there is a TRIE based approach. I should actually learn how to write code in for TRIE. It seems similar to a tree. It's a data structure that I've never explored before. Maybe I'll start my first video in Algo with NVAS by constructing a TRIE. I'll try to construct that data structure and see add or remove operations. Maybe that is something that can be done. Alright, so that is the end of this video. If you like this video, make sure to hit the like button. If you want to watch more of these videos, hit the subscribe button. And if you want to get notified every time I make a new video, hit the bell icon down there. Thank you very much for tuning in. I'll see you in the next video.